Hello and welcome. Today we're at the Lego house in Billund, Denmark, and we're about to take a look at the incredible new display that has just been added in for the opening weekend of the Lego house. Now, there are some amazing and massive Lego sets on display, which you can have a look at first. And then we've got the history of everything, and I'm going to do it in reverse order this time, starting obviously from 2022 all the way back to the beginning. But you can see you've got all the football stadiums, you've got all the artwork and everything up at the top. You've got the big Star Wars sets, you've got the Iron Man. Now, you've got the big blue loop roller coaster, that's easy enough to see, but if you spot behind it, they have the original carousel set. So that is the white and black one, which is now worth an absolute small fortune. And the Ferris wheel is massive. I did not realize actually how big that set was. They've got the haunted house behind that, but you can see you've got Star Wars, Iron Man, Big Tongue, you've got all the different Elvis, Marilyn Monroe, and then you've got the cool space guy as well, Colosseum, and then Taj Mahal. So you've got huge amount of sets on this side. And then you've got all of the modular sets on the other side and some of the original Lego creator sets as well. So we're going to have a good look at all of them. Some of these sets I've never ever seen built before, especially some of the older sets as well. So it's going to be really nice to go through and have a look at absolutely everything. So you can see you've got the hotel boutique, you've got the garage, you've got the restaurant. They hadn't yet added in the Eiffel Tower, but they did just put it in there for scale, so I'm not too sure if they will add that in or not. You got the blue Vespa bike, and then you have got the green Mini, the Fiat 500. Going through, you've got all of the other little creator sets with the police station, you've got the cinema, and then you've got the town hall, which has always sort of got away from me, which is a little bit of a shame. Up above that, you've got the Emporium. To the left-hand side, you've got the Assembly Square. Like I said, you've got the pool house, and then you've got the library and everything a little bit lower down. You've got the bank, you've got the diner. We will come back round and have a look a little bit easier. But you can see there is the greengrocers up at the top. You have got the old fire station as well. You've got the classic F40. You've got the 007. You've got the Blue Beetle. But if you look very, very carefully, after the T5 camper van, next door to the London bus, you have the original Beetle. I do believe that's a original Volkswagen in that corner, which is really, really nice. But if you can spot it, you can also see the original hotel set in the top left-hand corner, and then you've got the market as well. So you've got some very, very old sets on display. You might have to go back and have a look and see what it is in the far corner, but they were there, and I think we will have another look at them as we walk around. So this is 2022 till present day. So you can see you've got the rather large Ferrari, and then I do believe you've got the Friend space rocket. So the boxes on the right hand side and the sets will be built on the left hand side. They're just not in order on this display. So you can see they have mixed and matched some of them up. And in some of the other display cabinets, they've got different boxes to different actual built up sets. And I didn't actually realize how big that new space set is. So that is quite interesting for me. I thought it was going to be a little bit smaller than that. So the brick count on that for the price, I think, is quite good value. What I do soon realise, I do actually go date to box once we get past this one. So we will soon find out exactly what year we're in. Obviously, we lose a year as we go. You've got a nice big Ninjago temple. You've got all the friends, the Lego City, Mindstorms, the newer Lego City with the row plates. As you can see, that's the Ninjago box. Then you've got all of the Speed Champions, which you'll have a good look at. You've got the Lamborghini, and then you've got the Star Wars set and the 3-in-1 Creator, which I do believe in this display for the 2020 to 2021, all three 3-in-1 displays actually built and made up as well. So we'll have a good look at all of them. So you can see all of the Speed Champions cards, and you've got all of the 3-in-1 Lego Creator sets. So that is all of the same set built just slightly differently. And then you can also see the Lego City set in the bottom left. And then I was clever enough to then go up, to go across, to then catch the date to come back down again. So you can see how we've gone from the Ferrari, Lamborghini, and then in 2018 to 2019, they had that beautiful Bugatti. Now, as we come down and anything else that we see, let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you wish you got when it was out, anything you'd like to backtrack. And obviously with the big display units that we saw at the very, very start, is there anything in there that you'd never seen before or you would hope to get in the future? Now, on my list of things are what I personally would like: the Blue Loop roller coaster, and seeing that Ferris wheel. I think it looks absolutely incredible. The carousel is never going to happen. I got the newer one from that, but that one now is a fortune, and I do believe that just to get some of the fabric for that is extremely pricey as well. Now, the orange Porsche was back in 2015 to 2017. That is very much a collector's item now. So you've got four very, very big Technic Creator sets. And you can see you've got some of the Star Wars and then some good selection of Lego cities. You've got the police station and the fire station. And it comes with some really good vehicles as well. And this is obviously where this is now. This is the older style of Friend set. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what they're going to do with the new Friend stuff. It has had a full reboot for 2023, including lots and lots of new characters as well. So if you've noticed, all the artwork on the boxes have changed, and you've got the Ninjago boat, which will be interesting to see if that will go with the new potentially Ninjago Gardens set. So we can see all the bits and pieces to the outside, but you have got a huge amount of stuff in the middle. Now, train-wise, I have the yellow and red one myself, and I do have the Octane fuel tanker in the middle, but all of the others I definitely don't have. So if you know what locomotive they are, and if you have any of these train stations or the monorails or any of the older sets or anything, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what you guys and girls have got hidden away in your collection and what you also have on display. Now, with the modulars and everything that we started to look at, that we've just seen again in that cabinet, they had every single modular made up until the new one. The newest one was not yet installed, but it will be very interesting to see as soon as that's get. But this was the opening weekend, so it hadn't been out that long. I don't think it was in there anyway. I'm trying to think if we have another look at it through now. I didn't spot the new one because you got the hotel, garage, restaurant, the library, police station, town hall. No, they get older and older and older. And you can see right in the far corner, you have got Market Street and the original hotel next door to the fire station and the greengrocer. So all of those are in there, but they do not have the newest modular in there, and they don't have the Eiffel Tower set in there either. So again, coming down, you can see you've got all the different bits and pieces. It's quite interesting to see now. You can start seeing a pattern of when the new police station sets come out, when the new fire stations come out, and how often they have a bigger play set for the Ninjago as well, because obviously the Friends and Ninjago, both extremely popular franchises. And even back here, you have some of the Mindstorm sets as well. Moving on and moving around, this is where we get to some different licenses now. So 09, 010, you can see they've got the Technic Digger, and then we're coming down into some of the Duplo sets, and then we have some sets that I had not even paid any attention to whatsoever. Soon enough, in a couple of years, moving back, we will actually see some of the Indiana Jones sets, which will be interesting to see and compare when the new ones come out. But you can see they've got some of the Atlantis sets, the Harry Potter, a lot of Toy Story stuff in there. So again, if you've got any of those, then please let me know in the comments below. Moving to 08 and 09, big Technic truck. You've got the, I think that's a type of miner set that they had out for a short run. There's some of the Indiana Jones sets as well, so we'll have a good look at the box on the way back up. Again, another police station, so they were really spitting those out back in the day. And then as we come round and down, you've got the big pirate ship. There's the Indiana Jones plane. So some of these boxes that we're going to be having a look at right now, they might be redoing these exact same sets again for the 2023 year. So they are the power miners. You've got the combine harvester. You've got some of the older sort of tractors and things. They've been redone just recently. But again, that's over 10 years ago. So it's one of those that you really do need to grab when they're out. So 06, 07, another massive Technic set, 8080. And then as we're coming a little bit lower, you've got some of the cars. You've got some of the houses. And again, you got another fire station as well. You've got an airport, and you haven't released a large-scale airport in a good while, but you can see that is the 8080 box. Cement mixes are obviously extremely popular. The second they get discontinued, they get very, very pricey, and the Bionicles are obviously were those things on the second shelf down, which I do believe currently is a free giveaway purchase, so you can pick yourself up one of those if you would like. 03 to 05, again you can see this theme with this. It starts off always with a huge Technic set, so if you are a Lego Technic collector, you have been spoiled over the years. But if you knew that some of these castles are here, that NBA set does look absolutely brilliant. I never paid attention to the actual stadium around it originally. I can't remember if that was in the glass cabinet last time I came or if it was just the pitch. The Viking set, never knew that existed. And then as we're coming up, you can see you've got the what looks like trolls, but they're not. And then you can see just some of the other little bits and pieces from the Star Wars, and again, how big that Lego Technic crane is. Again, another Technic set, but it's now 4x4, so 2000 to 2003. And again, second shelf down, you know exactly what they are now. We've just seen some of them moving lower and lower down. You've got some weird and wonderful bits to come out and about. Some of the years they were a little bit hit and miss with regards to the releases, and then some of the years are really, really strong. So that says Mars for that one. But those cylinder tubes, they're your Bionicle sets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those in that year to collect, which I do believe probably would be a small fortune now if you wanted to get them. Again, moving on, double chop for the Lego Technics, and 99 we're into now, and we're coming down a little bit lower. Think that is some of the boat sets. You've got the cowboy and Indian bits and pieces, and then a little bit low. I'm not 100% sure what that set is. We'll have to have a look at the box on the way back up. So I have, on the Lego system, the bottom right-hand corner, I picked up pretty much all of those. The Lego system one in the middle there, not 100% sure what that is. Got the big Star Wars set, and then coming up, it is the Beville set, I think, that was basically disappeared and then they replaced it with Friends, I do believe. So 92 to 95, the probably one of the better looking space rocket sets, I think. That is on the second shelf down. And then you've got the Paradise. I think that is the name of that set. You've got a nice looking a police station as well. Some of the Duplo sets, and then you've got a good looking castle. So again, like I said, depending on what year bits and pieces came out, they either had a really strong year for basically everything. So I really do like that Lego system space rocket and how it moved and the other little bits and pieces you could get. And then you can see the Lego system there in the pink boxes. And that was a very, very popular theme for a short run. So I guess it wasn't that much of a popular theme if it was a short run. But it just seemed to be a lot on social media with regards to that set and how people are trying to backtrack that one. Again, through the Duplo into the smaller sets, which is quite hard for me to see in a small screen. Then we get into the cool bit where you've got the train mixed in with the harbour. So if you did display any of your sets like that as well. And then you've got the Fabuland set. That, I think, is something I do need to backtrack for my own display, if it is even doable now, but hopefully we'll be able to have a look at the box. And there it is. So I will have a look and see what I can find of those, because they have a fantastic Fabuland display at the Lego house in a huge, huge scale. And that is the bits and pieces they mix in with their half Duplo displays. And that video will be coming sooner rather than later with it in the Lego House Home with a Brick playlist. So you can see that all the trains that were on display in the middle, they are on the outside as well. The airport and the one of the only hospitals from back then. There's a big gap with from this hospital that we're at now through to when the next one came out. You can see you've got a good train, you've got a good airport, and then just how different the, I think it says model display team, which is what the Technic used to be. Now, coming back into the middle, talking of Technic, you've got all of these. Some of these are absolutely enormous, but I think they might have tweaked the cabinet ever so slightly. Some of it was, well, I say some of it, everything looked extremely clean. Because like I said, this was day one of the 2023 season, so they were shut over the January period, and this has just been filmed just as this opens. This is why I wanted to get these videos out sooner rather than later, because this display does look absolutely incredible downstairs, and I would imagine they will keep it in all year. Now, I've been very, very lucky because these bits on the outside that we're looking at now, I have seen a full Star Wars display, I've seen a full Ninjago display, Lego Friends display, now just massive sets. So I'm not 100% sure what the meaning of it is with regards to having them on display, but I do like the fact that they've got all of the bigger sets out and about. Now, as we're coming back down, again, got some of the castle bits and pieces. They had very, very spacey classic years over periods of time. So you can see how they're all different types of spaceships, all slightly different colours. And you can see the flag, which is now being used in the Lego movie. That, I do believe, is a castle that has just been re-released. That is the one that they based that on. And then as we're coming up and looping it round, we are getting older and older. So that was 84, I do believe. And now we're in 78 and 79. So you've got the cool classic pirate boat up at the top. You can see what that space rocket is. That is the one that has just been redone as well. You've got the classic original Lego castle with the knights, I think, and the horses on the side. Looks like there's an old school police station down there as well. If you have any of these boxes still, I think the boxes and the artwork still look very, very impressive. And there's some really cool like Lego City layout sets that you can see there. So some of those sets, you could literally buy a box to create a complete Lego City back in the day. So 72 to 77. So you can see that the years, what they've done, they've expanded the years over some of them to be able to add in the 2022 cabinet because that was not there last year. So they've sort of merged some of the years together. They shrunk some of the displays down to then be able to increase it because obviously they can't make this room any bigger. So next year, when the 2023 comes in, we're going to have to play spot the difference again of what has changed. But you can just see just how sort of old school, but yet really eye attractive some of these boxes are with regards to the colours and how bright and everything are. There's a lot to see in there. I'm sorry I'm moving a little bit quick. It was a very, very long and busy day, but we're at 58 to 71. So this is a big jump across all of the ages on this one now. So you can see some of the original trains, original boats, some of the original cars. Now, if you notice at the cars and this display that's at the bottom, the vehicles were not big enough to hold minifigures at the time. So it does jump and change. And there will be a full history of the museum section on the outside of all the history of the minifigure, history of the company and everything like that to come as an update for the 2023 season in the Home of the Brick playlist. But guys, that is it. I'm done. I've run out of time. Comments below, let me know what sets you would like to get. Let me know what you think of the units on the outside. But guys, as always, if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. You lot take care and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-da.